Okay, so last week we talked a little bit about how you could use Ollama locally on your machine so that you didn't have to connect to, ChatGPT or somewhere else, and you get a very capable LLM or text-based model, like a conversational AI, right? Now today, what we're going to take that a little bit further, and I'm going to show you how to install and use Pinocchio, and why you might want to use Pinocchio. So Pinocchio, what is it? So like it says here, I'll go and show you here. Pinocchio lets you install, run, and control anything on your computer with one click. It's a browser that lets you install, run, and manage any server application locally. So what that means for you is, it says it's for anything, but what do people use it for? Like, they all use it for AI. Local AI tools, and these are all official ones that they've kind of, I guess they vet them a little bit here. So there's tons of stuff, tons of new stuff they just added. Well, now that I'm looking at these, some of these are not ones they just added. They've been around for a little bit, but some are new. There's a lot of new ones that I see here. Okay, so this is a really cool tool. What the great thing about it is that it's all containerized. So if you're done with it, then all you do is you go ahead and you delete the folder. You can delete, like if you're using the app image, which is actually it's very usable. Like, I recommend just using the app image, so you don't have to install the dependencies and everything. They're just all embedded in that app image. I've used this for a long time. I've ran into very, very, very few issues, and there was some really obscure applications that they have on there, and it could just be that those aren't working right now. But for the majority of the ones that I've tried, they usually work. So what do we do? So you can use this. We click on download, and we go to install. So you can install this on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if you're on Windows, you're going to go ahead and first download the application. You unzip it and you install it, and you'll get this. I'm sure many of you have seen this in the past. Just click on more info if you get that, and you click on run. It looks scary, but it's fine. I've used this multiple times. If you are on a Mac, they have some instructions for you here on how to install the Mac. You download the application, then you install it. They have a link here that's clickable, so you can go ahead and click on those if you need to. And it shows you here. Just drag it to your applications folder. So that's how you do it on Mac. I have a Linux. I'm using Pop! OS right now. So on Pop! OS, why am I using Pop! OS? I was using Gruda, I was using Pinocchio, I was using Endeavor, I was using all this stuff, right? There's a couple of reasons why I swapped over. I'll begin into that in another video, but I'll touch base on that later on. So on Linux, all we do is we click on go to the releases page. And it looks like they're on 3.9.0. And if you're just testing this out, I highly recommend, you can install the RPMs or the AMD64.debs or anything that you want here that matches your particular instance. But if you just want to test it out, just grab the app image. It's really convenient. I think you won't go wrong by trying that. So you just click on the app image. It's going to bring up your dialog box, telling you where you want to save it, and then you just save it. And I already have it saved, so I'll show you it here. So it's going to save. I believe I didn't want to save it in my just downloads folder. So I have a dedicated location for all my AI stuff, and it's in an AI folder. So that's that there. I go and click on that, and I'll be doing something on LM Studio later, but not right now. So we have Pinocchio. So Pinocchio, this app image, before you can use an app image, most distros are going to be able to run app images. They already have everything they need to run them, but you need to make them executable. So how do you make them executable? Very simple. If someone's used Windows before in the past, it's a really similar process. You just right click on the file, on the app image, you go down to properties, and then you go to permissions, this little tabs on top here, and then you put it, there's like a little checkbox, just like how you would have in Windows where it says, do you want to run this as an administrator or something like that. But this one actually says, allow executing file as a program. Check mark that, you click the X, you don't have to click apply or anything. And then we just double click on this thing. Or single click, depending on how you have your click set up. And we're going to go down here now. Now I'm going to show you what you're going to see next. So we are going to get to this screen here where it says settings. Now this settings page is going to have, it's going to ask you two things. It's going to ask you, do you want, where do you want your home folder? Basically, where do you want to store all your models? Where do you want to store all the applications that you download and install into Pinocchio? Where do you want that home to be? Now this is telling me, hey, do you want this to go to your what is it? My system drive? No, I definitely don't want it to go there. I'm gonna put it in my dedicated AI drive. So how do I note that? Now by default, I'll show you something here real quick. By default, the drive, if you're on some kind of Ubuntu-based distro, so this is disks, right? So what you're seeing is disks, and on disks, underneath that blue bar, there's a little looks like two little gears on the bottom left of that light blue highlighted section. You click on that, and that takes you to the properties, or it gives you some options. And it says that one of the options says edit disk options, or edit disk disk options. You click on that, and then you're going to see something that looks like this. So now it's basically asking you, hey, do you want to what do you want to do here? What do you want to change? Well, for one, most systems are going to have, you automatically mount your stuff at system startup and, show in user interface if you want. I do that because it's just easier. But this mount point is the part that we're looking at. If you look a couple rows down, and that mount point says, mine says, /mount MNT/AI, all capital, right, for the AI part. You got to make sure you're aware of the capitalization you use. It has to match, right? So that makes it easier for me. By default, it's like a bunch of numbers, like a location that's based on like some kind of just a bunch of numbers there, right? So you just make it something logical. Don't change the second one where it says identify as. Don't mess with that. Just the mount point. And now once I change that, now I can go back to Pinocchio, and I can put what it gave me before. So what I want to do is go ahead and type in /mount /AI capital, and then I just named it Pinocchio. So now if we look back at my folders or my files here, I now have a file called Pinocchio. So going back to our Pinocchio page here, it says welcome. Get started by installing some Pinocchio scripts. So we can go to visit the Discover page. And now, let me see if this will work. Probably not, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let me see if I make this bigger. It kind of works. Okay, so if we look here, try to make it a little bigger so you can see more. But you'll see that there is tons of stuff in here. Now, which ones have I tried and which ones are pretty good, like as far as what I've tried? So some of the stuff I've tried is I've tried a lot of these actually, but some that are really good. Uno's really good. I used Uno before. Lets you generate an image from multiple images. So you can take like an image of someone and then add other images and merge them together and do a bunch of other cool stuff. Comes out really good. Not too hard to use. It has a very simple UI. So you know, it's a really good tool. Another one that I've used is, of course, ComfyUI. If you're into creating images, note that ComfyUI does take a lot of VRAM, so a lot of video memory. So if you are below like 8 gigs of VRAM, I don't think you want to use ComfyUI. It's going to be really heavy. Even if you're using just regular stable diffusion, it's going to be heavy. But if you have, you know, like 12 or 16 or 24 or more, then ComfyUI is an amazing tool. OpenWebUI. So the other day, we were talking about how you could install Ollama, and I was going to show you later how to install OpenWebUI. We'll be using that as our example application today, showing you how to access, install and access OpenWebUI. We also have things like if you want to get into some agentic coding, bolt.diy is another tool that you could look at. That one's kind of hit and miss. I've tried that a couple times, but you can get things out of it. What else have I tried here? There's just so much on this. It's OmniGen. I've used OmniGen. It's pretty good. I haven't used this. I think this might be new. I haven't tried Invoke. I've been wanting to try that. But there's so much here. Cog Studio is pretty good. Forge is good. I haven't tried Flux Gym. I want to try that. But there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some that I definitely want to mention though. Like Focus is cool. If you can get Hello to work, that one's a fun one to use. SillyTavern is a crazy powerful web UI for Olama. People think it's just some Gunner, chat tool, but it's not. It has everything in there. It has Whisper. It has image integration. It has like if you want to use like those VTuber models, I think they're called VRAM somethings. If you want to use those, you can do that. Customize your interface like hardcore. Like if you want to import RVC voices, like that means like clone voices or customize voices that you made, or import some that are online as well. You can import those on here so that when it gives you a response, it talks back to you, and you can assign those to different characters. And the great thing about that is that they found that when you assign a persona to a like an AI that's doing work for you, if you give it a persona that is aligned with what you want it to do, it tends to give better responses. So this is just like, it's so slept on, and it is such a great tool. They finally changed I think they changed the wording now to power users web UI, but this branding here just kills it kind of in a way. This is a fun one. If you ever get bored and you want to check stuff out, it's called AI Town. It's crazy. It is literally nuts. There's like these little AIs, and they're running around in their town. It kind of looks like if you're in Lavender Town, or like some kind of like 2D RPG, and they're running around just doing stuff, living their lives. And you have a character, and you talk to all the other characters, and they all start spreading gossip about each other, and it just gets nuts. So I'd highly recommend to try that at least once. What else do we have here? There's just so much stuff. There's a lot of good audio tools too, but I tend to like the audio tools in ComfyUI more. Let me see here. But if you don't have, if you're not able to run it, you can run this in here. I think they have UI. UI is in here, or it was. Hopefully, it still is. You can make music with that. Bunch of cool stuff. So you have the old faithful, automatic, image generator. IP adapter Face ID. So if you want to take a face and transform it, that works. It works really well. And like I talked about, RVC. So if you're looking to clone a voice, this takes a little bit more know-how on how to get to work. It's not even hard. It's just you got to know what folders to leverage and all this other stuff. That's all it is. It's not hard. So RVC, XTTS is another voice model. So many cool things. Like you could mess with this all day, and you would not get bored. So just to kind of show you, here's UI. So here's UI, and it's basically a WebUI for full song generation. So it's very similar to what you'll have in what do you call it? It might be the same thing actually, because they have the same samples that they have as examples of how it comes out on here and on ComfyUI. So here we're going to do OpenWebUI as an example. I'm going to go ahead and click on OpenWebUI, and it says, one click install with Pinocchio. Well, yeah, yes please. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It says, hey, we need to install these dependencies. So you're going to click on install, and now it's going to do its thing. So it's going to be going through this for a while, only for the dependencies part. As far as installing OpenWebUI, it is very quick. And it really doesn't take too long at all. So it's doing all this junk, and soon, I don't even know if I have Olama on this one yet. If I don't, I have to install Ollama again. But I'll just show you how you install it. And if I need to, I'll go and pause the video. So it's going to go through all this, right? So I'm going to stop recording. I'll come back when it's done. It just takes like a tiny bit of time though. It's not that long. But I may have to install Ollama too in the back end. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you're going to get to this point where it says save as, and you're going to have something that says openwebui.get. We're just going to click on download. And while I was doing that, I went ahead and downloaded Ollama and installed a model 2. You want to install Ollama before you get to this point. So if you already have it installed, you're good. If you don't have it installed, you want to probably install it before you do go forward. Or else you're not going to have anything to run. You will, because it has access to allamarina.ai, and those are all, cloud-based stuff. But anyway, here we go. So I'm going to go and click on next. We're going to click on install, and you can just click install because Ollama uses a default port 11434. So it's just using localhost and then 11434, which is like your local network, so your host. And it's going to go through this. This is really quick. This part goes really, really fast. So now it's finally done. It's starting to load it all up. So once it's done, this is what you see. So you're going to see this here where it says unlock mysteries wherever you are, blah, blah, blah. And you'll notice that it's showing a local inside address, right? Click get started, and I'm gonna go ahead and name this. Okay, something just to keep in mind, that when you put in your password for this OpenWebUI, there's no take backsies. so you don't get a enter your password and then enter your password again. It's just like enter your password once, you better get it right, or else you're effed in the A, right? So now you can see right away, it tells me, hey, we see you have Gemma 3 27 billion parameter model. So now I can go ahead and, it's already set up to use RAG, or retrieval augmented generation. I believe that's what it was. So you can upload files, you can capture things, attach a web page, attach notes so that when it's generating things, it bases it on those notes. So let's just go and ask it something. What does, let's just do that. Okay, we just asked it, what does RAG stand for in the context of AI? So RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. So it kind of tells you that. You may or may not be able to hear my computer. It's going crazy, but it's putting out moving pretty quick, right? For 27 billion parameters. Not bad, not bad at all. So if we want to look, just to kind of give you an idea of how much VRAM we're using, because it has that cache now. I'm going to go over here to this side, to my terminal, and I'm going to do a nvidia-smi, and you can see we're using 20,827 megabytes out of 24. So 24.5, right? So technically I have enough for, I still have almost 5,000 megabytes to play with. So it's not too bad, right? You can run a 30 billion parameter model, 31 billion parameter model, and you should be fine. Because like I mentioned last time with Olama, they pull the models by default at a Q4 bit quant, I guess it is. So they're quantized at 4 bits. So that means they're much smaller and they use up a lot less VRAM. And they're still very accurate on Olama. Don't tell me why, but when I use like cobalt.cpp or something else, and we'll show you that some other day too, they're not as, like, it could just be a settings thing on my part, but I can't get the same level of output as I do when I use Olama. Even if I use LM Studio, I can't get the same level of output. It's decent, it's good, but it's not like Olama level. And this is, Olama handles all your offloading and everything else, so it's really, really good. And now it looks just like ChatGPT now. So you got a, all right, so that's it. So that is how you can use Pinokio and install it, run it, install OpenWebUI, all the different things that, just about everything that you need to get started. And installing any other application from Pinokio is the same process. Really simple. So it's not scary at all. So I hope this helped you guys get started. And if it did, let me know. I hope you guys can all start using local AIs, and you'll see how competitive it is with hosted AI. And images are even better. Anyway, I will see you later, and thank you for hanging out. Bye-bye.